And government officials are gathering in Toronto today to discuss ways to bolster the Canadian economy in the face of a possible trade war with the U.S.
Let's bring in CB24's Beatrice Vaisman joining us live from the city with more on this. Good morning, Beatrice.
Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Nick. It is certainly a precarious situation that we find us in as the clock kind of ticks closer to March 1st, when kind of the tariffs have been punted, at least until that date. And it's essentially bought Canadian leaders, business leaders, economic leaders a bit of time to get their heads together and figure out a strategic action plan moving forward. And so today, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is here in Toronto, along with various mayors from the big cities, members of the kind of alliance that he's put together to tackle these issues. Now, these are people who consist of business leaders, with about 150 business leaders we're hearing it's going to be here today as part of this summit. And really, the concern is, how do we move forward? 25% tariffs, let's say they are imposed in March, would have just absolutely devastating impacts to Canada's economy and to America's economy as well, considering just how linked the two countries are, how linked the supply chains are. And part of the conversation, certainly in the last several weeks, has been this push to buy local, to promote local. And the Prime Minister, even as of yesterday, was pushing some big city mayors to really consider how they hand out their procurement projects, their contracts to various companies to do everything from building to security to policing, TTC, for example, here in the city of Toronto. I was at City Council meeting just a couple of days ago, and already the mayor there instructed the city manager to look into procurement policies and various existing contracts that already exist. The fact of the matter is, historically, if there were various companies bidding on the same project, it wasn't unique to have the contract go to an American company as opposed to a Canadian company. And so now kind of these business leaders and municipal leaders are putting their heads together on how to stop that from happening, at least stop that from happening as frequently, and to keep business a little bit closer to home. Of course, it comes as, provinces out in the west like Alberta and Saskatchewan have called on the federal government to help diversify our markets, so that the United States isn't our only customer for something like oil. And so kind of we're teetering in this precarious position right now. But later on this morning, we'll hear from the Prime Minister here in the city about what the action plan is going forward. And of course, we'll have live coverage here on CP24 as well.
Yeah, a lot at stake today, that's for sure. That's Beatrice Vaisman live this morning. We have a couple of interviews with some economists on this as well throughout the program. So lots to get to. Appreciate this, Bea. In the meantime,